Hi everyone, it's Laurie Blomer here. It is Sunday, December 17th, 2023, and I welcome you to this week's card pull for spiritual reflection and spiritual inspiration. Those of you who are watching for the first time, welcome. I do this at the beginning of every week. I try to shoot for Sunday. Sometimes it turns out to be Monday. I think once it was Wednesday, but that's because I was sick. Anyway, I try and do it on a Sunday just to provide a helpful lens for reflection and inspiration as we go through our week. And those of you who've been following along, thank you. This is my first year of doing it. I'm closing in on the end of a year, almost we're closing in on 52 weeks of doing these card pulls. And I thank you for coming along for the journey. As always, I'm pulling a card for spiritual reflection and spiritual inspiration. I'm going to share with you what jumps out to me intuitively. I encourage you to take a look at the card and see what really jumps out to you intuitively, and what gives you inspiration for the week as you move forward. I'm very cognizant of the fact that year end and the holidays brings a lot of emotion, a lot of memories, some sadness, some excitement, and I imagine for many of you, your emotions are kind of all over the place. And as you take a look at this card, again, for spiritual reflection and spiritual inspiration, see what you can glean from it that you find inspiring, that you find worth reflecting on as something that sustains you through what may be a very busy week or busy year end. You're also welcome to, if you have cards of your own, to pull another card. Say, what else would my soul want me to know for spiritual reflection and spiritual inspiration this week? So have some fun with this. But by all means, let's make it uplifting. This is not for heavy lifting. This is for help me to buoy my spirits. Okay, the deck that I'm working with, I've worked with it before, but I wanted to, it's appropriate to pick a deck that's kind of stacked for what you want it to do. I have some heavy duty decks that are kind of smack you in the face kind of decks when you feel like you really need some good hard feedback. I have others that are super duper duper warm and fuzzy, and I have those who are sort of in between, and I consider this to be an in-between one in that there are honest direct messages given, but they're given in an inspirational way, and they also include affirmations if you like to use them. It's a deck by Denise Linn. It's called The Sacred Traveler. This is the booklet that comes with it. I love the imagery. I love that Denise is being true to all the best things in tarot, which is kind of dealing with the breadth of the human experience and everything we go through emotionally, physically, spiritually, and so on. So I'm pulling from that deck. And as I've been talking, I've been shuffling, focusing on our intent here. What sort of spiritual reflection and spiritual inspiration can we glean from this week? And by the way, an orb just flew by. You probably saw it. If you didn't, rewind, take a look. It was off to my right. So, hello, spirit. All right, going to pull my card now. And welcome, orb. All right, pull a couple from the middle for spiritual reflection, spiritual inspiration for myself, and for anyone who's watching this video. Here we go. This is the one my thumb lands on. In the flow, everything is smooth sailing. First of all, where do you see the image? It kind of looks like a holiday winter image, does it not? I'm just cracking up. This is not a little deck. I don't know how many cards are in it. Maybe 50 some odd, not sure. But at any rate, the idea of being in the flow, we have what looks like a winter scene, and those of us who are in the Northern Hemisphere are moving towards winter. And in fact, you've been on the East Coast, it's been pretty darn cold lately. It's felt very wintry. But I love this as a point of spiritual reflection and spiritual inspiration. Just the idea that I'm in the flow. And also honoring being in the flow, meaning what do I need to be in the flow? Maybe you've been invited to 7 different parties and you're like, I can't do all 7. That's exhausting for me. I have other things I need to do to get done. But you know what? I'm sitting with this, and there might be 2 or 3 gatherings that I want to. Do a gut check. Kind of drop from your head, that tends to be about analysis, into your heart space, into your gut, and say, what just feels like the right answer here? Where in the flow do I know I could show up for these invitations, knowing I could really participate fully and joyfully? Maybe with the other ones, I want to see these people, but right now it's too stressful. So let's see if we can do something in January and get together. So to me, being in the flow means honoring what puts me in the flow. What do I need to do by being in the flow? What are the things I know I need to do that are important to my well-being? So someone says, let's get together for breakfast. And you're like, well, actually, no. That's when I meditate, or that's when I go to the gym, or that's when I do other things. Would you consider getting together for lunch or maybe over dinner? So do think about what you need in order to be able to show up fully feeling like your needs are met. And to me, there's a lot of value in taking care of ourselves, because if I'm taking care of what I need for me, I can show up and you don't have to take care of me. I'll take care of me. And that also means I have something extra to give to you should you need my support. So do what you need to do to be in the flow. But it's just such a beautiful message and such a holiday type of imagery here that's kind of cracking up here. But also just trust. You know, the year-end celebrations, whether it's Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Christmas, whatever it is you celebrate spiritually, and just the energy of year-end moving into New Year, these are belief systems that kind of, they assume that there's something greater that we are part of. So this card also really highlights to me the value of trust. You know what? I'm just going to trust the universe has got my back, and that the universe is working in my with my well-being in mind. But a lot of those messages of what's right for me, that puts me in the flow, are going to come from the inside, and what feels right for me, what is soul honoring for me. And also just following your gut with regard to what you think might be soul honoring for others. It's funny how many times we think of a person, think, you know, I should call them. We call them and they're like, oh my gosh, I was just thinking about you, or oh my gosh, I'm so glad you called. It's really nice to talk to a friend. You never know when you're needed, but I think that internal compass system helps us connect with that as well. So where we can be in the flow both with ourselves and also for others. So there you have it, little inspiration. Kick back, relax, and enjoy that sleigh ride as best you can. Don't overbusy yourself, but make sure your needs are being met. So when you do need to show up for others, you can show up fully for yourself and for them. That's what I take away from it. You're welcome to take away anything else from this as well. And I hope you enjoy your week, have an inspired week, and I'll see you next Sunday. Thanks for watching. My website's laurieblomer.com. My email address is laurieblomerpsychic@gmail.com. Did I get that right? Yes, laurieblomerpsychic@gmail.com. I would love to hear from you. Would love to work with you. I am going to be taking some time off next week to enjoy time with family for the holidays, but be back in the seat beginning of January, and I will be responding to email. I'm just not taking appointments next week. So again, love to hear from you. Thanks again for watching, and enjoy your week. Bye-bye.